G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game. Playing in the blue as the Mongols, it's Puppy Paw. And in the green as the Abbasid on the south side of the map, it's Lucifron. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're here on Mega Random. This of course is Nomad coming at you live from the Nomadic Clash, hosted by Mr. Merlin. Of course, I'm going to leave a link in the description to Mr. Merlin's YouTube page. He, of course, is the host of this event. And, of course, it's my duty to shout him out and say thank you. Because, at the end of the day, if he didn't host this event, I wouldn't be bringing it to you guys. Take a look at this already. We got ourselves... Do we have ourselves a little bit of a secret fishing base down here? Can he not get across over here? I feel like you could probably get across... Oh, you never know, right? Like, yeah, you know what? I don't think you can get across. I remember... Was it, Holy Island, I think, or Holy Isle, the one by Adney, and it basically had this, and I'm like, yeah, you can totally get across that. You can't get across that. Look at this, we got deep water fish right next door. Puppy Paw is going to have a beautiful little spot here. Now, we are actually, Lucifron versus Puppy Paw, this is actually the third place match that we're watching right now. So not the grand final, not the grand final. I'm not going to tell you who made it to the grand final. If you want to know who made it to the grand final, you're going to have to go over to the channel of Mr. Merlin, because he'll be casting the games. But let me just say this. You are going to be surprised. You're not going to expect the matchup that is in the grand finals. I can definitely tell you that much. I tell you what, when I saw it, I said, "Whew, get out of town, get out of town." It's always exciting to see someone different coming in for the grand finals. A new arrival, perhaps, let's say. But I can tell you guys now, it wasn't Voldemort, it wasn't the kid. Don't get excited. Voldemort did not make it to the grand finals, even though, you know, I dreamed big for the kid. But maybe next time. Maybe next time he'll make it. But we've got 1 minute until the treaty ends. Now, one of the things that we've kind of seen a lot of players look to do is, instead of taking corners of the map, like I'm sure you guys will remember with the Outback Octagon, it was all about corners. Get yourself a corner, get yourself comfy, and sleep for an hour, come out like an absolute bear, out of hibernation. That's what you want to be doing. But not in two-player games. Not in a game where there's only one other enemy. You want to be taking the map with the town center, right? Because the town center, I mean, it's a pseudo keep in a way. Like, it's got a lot of health. It's got pretty decent damage, and the only way you're taking this bad boy out is with a ram or some form of siege. It's just not going to happen any other way. So we've noticed that players are moving towards the middle of the map, and take a look at the kind of spawn that we've got here. This is just an absolute wacky nomad spawn that's so common in the nomad types. Look at this, behind the base. Huge amount of resources back here. Boars, gold veins, stone outcroppings, berries for days, a sacred site, relics, deer. I'm just listing resources at this point, but that's what it's all about, right? Like, in this space, you've got so many damn resources here. So, Lucifron's gonna have an absolute field day here. Compare that to Puppy Paw, though, on the north side. And I tell you what, he doesn't have gold. Well, he's got gold, but he doesn't have stone for quite a long time. Where is his nearest stone? I guess you could say this one is his nearest stone. Ooh, that's a bit awkward. I guess you could always go north. You can take a look how long. Yeah, that's quite the walk, isn't it? I tell you what, I'm not a fan of walking. I wouldn't be walking that far. I'd be like, you know what? This game, we're playing without an Uvu. That's probably the best one that he's got. I mean, he could look to try and expand up here. Actually, you know what he could do? Oh, see, but he didn't take the Uvu early. Yeah, see, it all comes in too late, doesn't it? But he might have realized it, and he might actually think about dropping an Uvu here and at the same time dropping his trade landmark. He could get some decent trade, even though, actually, you probably want to be going up to this trading post. This is going to be a much better return, really good spot. And take a look at that. He's got both of the trading posts on his side of the map. No trading posts on this south side of the map at all, at least none that I can see. There it is, once again, a trade post coming in. It is going to be a coastal trade post, so I guess you guys can make a little bit of an exception there for me, but take a look at this. We've got a double dock coming down for both of these players. It's a double dark age dock. Try saying that 6 times really fast. Dock down to the south side, dock on the north pond here for Puppy Paw, and at the same time, Lucifron going to be looking to pick up a second one himself, so it is a double dark age dock. Yeah. Anyway, that sounds like something that you probably shouldn't Google. Oh, God. Dark Age docking? Oh, look at this. How about that one? That's a proxy. That's a proxy Uvu. I don't think we've ever seen a proxy Uvu before. The circumstances just never really arise because, and I love that it gets scouted out. It was scouted out immediately by Lucifron. He's like, I see you. But yeah, I don't think the circumstances ever really arise because it's just always so much easier Did you guys see that? It was culture wing, and then he switched it out to economic wing. Good choice, though. Yeah, the circumstances don't really arise because you've normally just got the stone in your base, and so it's like, yeah, this is fine. But in this case, it's just like, well, I guess we can just use this to take down the docks. But even then, I mean, Khan's up here doing work on this villager. The dock will survive. So he's always going to have a presence on this water up towards this north side. The question is what Puppy Paw looks to actually do with his age up. Obviously, he can look to go for a bit more of a feudal style with something, you know, that the Yam network would obviously provide assistance with. The alternative is looking for the trading landmark, which will obviously help him out a huge amount. No trade going to be coming out from Lucifer. I'm suspecting he's going to go for some sort of fast castle play here. It does make sense just with the extra food economy. A lot of people will kind of have this as an oversight, but I'm a really big fan of going into fast castle as the Abbasid dynasty off this, just because it's so delayed that you can afford it and then just still play. Because like if I'm going fast castle as China, I'm dropping down that landmark and I'm clicking up and I'm aged up within like 15 seconds, right? But when you're playing Abbasid, you're gonna have to wait. I think it's 100 seconds, right? Like 1 minute 40 seconds. It's a long time, and so it gives you plenty of space to just go, well, all right, I can sit back, I can make a few units, that kind of thing. But we do see there's going to be the silver tree, and it is going to be quite the silver tree. 9 villagers going to be clicking on this bad boy. Now, what does he look to go for? I reckon he might actually come down here and look to do trade down here. Now, I wonder if he knows. I don't think he knows about this this dock. So, actually, does he know? Oh, I don't even think he knows about the coastal trading post, actually. He only knows about this one. Let's check if he sees. Yeah, he does. Oh, and you might see this one as well. I tell you what, you know, this Age of Empires 4, it's a year out of release. You wouldn't know it, would you, when you look at the like, oh, come on, man. Like, how is this not fixed yet? Like, I can't tell whether he's scouted out certain. This is the most basic shit. Sorry, I gotta calm myself down. It's okay, Drongo. Your farm needs to be calm, my friend. All right. We're calm. We're cool. We're collected. We're cucumbers right now, so don't worry. We're fine. We got fresh foodstuffs coming in. We got double broadaxe coming in. Double broadaxe always giving us a little bit of a sign that, hey, we're actually not going to be going castle. We're just going to be messing around in the feudal for quite a bit. So that could be something to see. When it comes to units being made, we do have a Backler being made on this north shore. Obviously, the first dock has gone down. Backler going to be able to defend this position, but a second dock going to be coming down as well from Lucifer. Look at this on the north side. At the same time, towards the south side, Khan going to be scouting out everything. He's aware of it all. Puppy Paw yet to actually throw down any additional traders at this point. But he's working his magic. He's already taken out 1 worker. Second worker about to go down. And look at the evacuation that comes in. Backlight going to be pushing in here. And expect to see... Oh, you know what? You can't even go a demo ship here. The Dow's out already. It's likely that he loses these fishing boats. Yeah, there's nowhere for them to go. So he's going to be losing those. He's got the stable set up on the front side. And Lucifer's still looking like a Castle Age. Like, I'm feeling a Castle Age coming on from Lucifer here. It just makes total sense to be going Castle Age. Even if you're losing the water here, right? Like, you've still got this down here. So it's not a big... It's not a big deal. It's not a super big deal. Now, I said double Dark Age dock. Am I right that it might have actually been a triple Dark Age dock coming out? Because there was 1 dock here, 1 dock here. Here was Dark Age, and then there's a 3rd dock here. I'm legally blind... So I'm not actually legally blind. It's a meme from like 2006. You know, I wasn't. They're trying to say I'm the getaway driver. I can't drive a car. I'm legally blind. If you don't know the meme, just Google "I'm legally blind." It will fill you in. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that might have been a triple Dark Age dock. So you know, I hate to see my triple Dark Age dock virginity taken away without my permission. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's not appropriate. I recall that statement. But I mean, I didn't see it. I didn't see the Dark Age dock. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's keep on going because the age up is imminent at this point in time. Puppy Paw, no real sign of any kind of castle age at the moment. And at the same time, I mean, he's got this secret little fishing fleet down on the south side. No one's really pointed it out. No one's really noticed it until all of a sudden a sneaky little fishing boat says, maybe I should scout out. And indeed, he does scout out and realize, oh, you know, this is big trouble in Little C right now. Like this is, yeah, we're in trouble because that's a lot. That's a lot of units. And he's going to have to react immediately. We see naval arrow-slits coming down. I'd love to see from Lucifron just immediately dropping down additional docks. He's already got the second one there. I'd love to see a 3rd dock drop down just to keep these fishing boats nice and safe. But no real push coming out at the same time towards the main base. We do have the slow aggression coming in from the outpost. This is the consequence of Nomad, though. Look how difficult it is for him to get this outpost onto the gold vein. Because all of this time, and we do see the culture wing now coming through, but all of this time he's just able to gather gold. This outpost in any other game would nullify gold. But this is the difference, right? The nomadic difference is that you can put your town center on top of gold, and you say, ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. I mean, this outpost should be able to knock it out. But 1, 2, 3 golds. I love that all the resources have just spawned on this side right now. So unfortunate for Puppy, or for Puppy Paw. Demo ship comes in, doesn't really achieve much. They are going to be moving out here as well. We've got ourselves a battle about to unfold. They are going to be so careful though. You can see that culture wing coming through. Another 45 seconds. Puppy Paw nowhere even near clicking up at this point in time. Down manages to keep itself alive, and I'm loving the double dock with the emplacement on it. It's going to cause a lot of havoc. Now, he could just be on shorefish here. He'd be absolutely A-okay. Let's see if that's what he resorts to. And Horseman coming out. This is a pretty smart move right now. I love this move from Puppy Paw. So by bringing these forces in is basically saying, well, you can't camp on the shoreline either. I've got you surrounded. Come out with your hands up. Well, preferably just come out dead. And yeah, we'll move on to the next game. That's probably what he's thinking. The Culture Wing about to come through. Resources a little bit stacked up at the moment. Could be looking for a land-based transition. And if I'm Lucifront at this point, I'm 100% looking for a land-based transition. You've got your economy wing. So you're already, you know, your villages are cheap. Drop down that second town center. Don't even be afraid, honestly. Drop down the third town center. I am all about dropping down that third TC in this position. But you know what the crazy part is? He doesn't know. He doesn't know how good he's got it behind here. I mean, he's got a boar, but what's a boar really matter to an Abbasid player, right? He's got the deer. I think he might know about the berries, but once again, you know, we do refer to Age of Empires 4 as a game currently in beta at the moment. So if you are in the beta at the moment, congratulations. It's a bit hard to get keys. Quite expensive to get keys. I think you got to get them off eBay. That's a joke. Sorry. You know, at this point, my jokes are so terrible. I'm starting to wonder if it's because I'm a dad or if it's just because my jokes have always been terrible. Yeah, if you could let me know in the comments, that would definitely boost my self-esteem. So please keep it up. We'll take a look over in Puppy Paw's side of the map, though. 6 vills on gold definitely indicates an intent to get up to Castle Age. Once he's in Castle, he's going to be in a much better position against the Abbasid, because only the 2 landmarks makes it very easy, because he can basically draw a trench right here and say, you're not coming up to my trench, and from there, you know, he masses up crossbows. He has a beautiful time massing up crossbow spear, and then from there, he's able to unload with the trebuchets, with the springles, with the mangonels, all that good stuff, and of course, the springled emplacement outposts. The question is going to be whether he's got the economy to do it, because he's gone for the silver tree, hasn't actually done anything with it. I mean, he's got a market there, right? And he's got the fishing economy. Let's switch it over and take a look and see what these numbers are actually up to at the moment. So we can see about 1,400 resources a minute coming through for Lucifront, and a similar amount, about 1,500, 1,600 coming through for Puppy Paw at the moment. I will say that I do hope on the next episode of Capture Age, or edition of Capture Age, they've actually got all of the resources, like the total. I don't know how you do it, but it just saves me adding it up, because I feel like every game I'm adding up both of their resources like 2 or 3 times, maybe even like throw in a bar right here. I don't know how you do it, but like, yeah, like maybe a 3rd bar in the middle or something like that, that's got their, like the balance of resources. Because I mean, you can have even village accounts, but you can have someone that's just double the amount of resourcing or income than the other person. So I think that's pretty important to see, pretty important to know, because it does come down a lot to tempo. Because you know, they might not have the military mass right now, but give them 3 minutes and all of a sudden, boom, that's where it came from. You know, how many games are you watching somebody play and you're like, where are they getting all these units from? And they're just playing Ottomans and it doesn't actually count on the UI. So there you go. In the middle of the map, more action. The first of the knights have come out. A little bit of damage going to be coming in from Lucifront, undoubtedly looking for villagers or reinforcements, something that he can get his hands on. The Puppy Paw coming behind. Obviously, Lucifront's finally expanded onto the south side, and we do see a second town center is coming up, or has come up, rather. It looks like he might even be thinking about a 3rd one, or a keep. I mean, this is a lot of villages here. 9 villages is almost probably too much for a town center. But at the same time, I don't feel like you're in a position where you're going to die. And you know that the Mongols wants to get Castle, so I'd almost be tempted to say, hey, just drop another town center. You're going to be fine. But it looks like he's going to be going for arrow slits instead. Naval arrow slits, that is. So looking to get this upgrade as well. Just constant action over on these little areas. Relic going to be coming in. Relic going to get taken out. Or Imam rather going to get taken out. So not really going to matter. But more stables coming in. Definitely don't really see this playstyle coming out often from the Abbasid dynasty, going into like a more heavy cavalry based style. I think typically it's like it's more around the infantry, isn't it? You see a lot of the archer spear combos. That's definitely my favorite way to play it. But look at Lucifron utilizing it. I mean, if there's one thing you know about Lucifron, it's just micro and APM. He's incredibly good at just managing his units. He doesn't forget about it. I swear, this guy's just got a little alarm in his head that is constantly going off. It's like, hey, that knight. Hey, that knight. Hey, that spearman. Hey, that knight. And it's just constantly telling him to keep it on the move. And now we've got this Lancer inside the base. This is actually pretty decent right here. He's going to look to pick up some kills, some decent kills. Look at this. There you go. He's evening it up slowly but steadily. Spearmen going to be coming out. They'll be able to deal with it and shut that bad boy down. But the Castle Age comes through. Step it out because obviously no trade at the moment. Means that Puppy Paw... I mean, the thing is you can always keep this in the back pocket, right? Like, you don't have to open trade. Trade's just always there to threaten the enemy. It's like, hey, I could be trading right now. I'm not, but I could be trading any second. And... That is a huge threat in itself. But I think Lucifron's, if anything, insulating himself from the threat of trade. By dropping this third town center, it's just like, hey, yeah, you can trade. That's fine, because I'm going to scale as well. And when we hit 130 population, or 130 economic population each, I'm probably going to be in a better position. I've got slightly better tempo than you. It's going to take a while for your trade to get up and running, that kind of thing. So I think at this point in time, Lucifron's position is definitely favorable, despite the fact that he does have the military disadvantage, just simply because he's got these 3 TCs. It's unlikely that he does go down here. It's going to take a while for Puppy Paw to set up his trench, as I like to call it. Up to the north, though. Knight's still doing work. He's trying to find a way through. And just absolute chaos everywhere. These mega random maps just always spawn water. Or at least almost always spawn water. Sometimes you get unlucky, but yeah, almost always it's water or some type of water. Blacksmith moving out. Look at the blacksmith moving out to the Uvu. I love that he's scouted out the next spot for the Uvu. Actually, has he? Yeah, Lucifron has. He knows where it is. He just doesn't put it down. He's like, I'm just going to move it out there. Does he even have the stone for it? Why? What's the point in doing that? He's moving... He's moving the blacksmith all the way out to the Uvu. The Uvu's got no stone income. So how is he possibly going to get the stone on the Uvu? Like, he's just going to have to move it to the next Uvu because he's not going to have enough stone to get the tech that he wants. Because he almost certainly wants improved siege engineering so that he can get his mangonels, trebuchets, springles, all that good stuff. But now we do see the combination coming through. So it's going to be spears, crossbows. So this is just a great Mongol combination. And the reason why is because of the YAM network. That extra movement speed that's going to be provided to your infantry together with the Khan just means that you've got such crazy mobility. You don't ever really have to worry about positioning. We just see the blacksmith comes through. And nothing's being researched at the moment. I think he's probably realized, like, actually, now that you mention it, is he going imp? There's no way he's going imp. There's surely no way he's going imp right now. Jeez, I just realized he's up 20 pop. It's pretty decent, isn't it, to be up 20 pop? And there you go. There's the siege workshop getting thrown down by 20 vills. He's like, bugger. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. And because this is the issue, right? Like, if he wants to go and then put an Uvu here, then he has to move his blacksmith all the way up there. And he's just like, I can't be bothered. Just get me a mangonel. Like, I don't care. Just make me a mangonel right now. He's like, I got so stuffed by this spawn. This was a crazy bad spawn when you think about it. He had gold, only gold, and wood. No stone whatsoever. Obviously, he had access to water. But still, you guys get the picture. Right, if there's one thing you want as the Mongols, it's stone. It's stone. And now those extra fast spearmen moving through are going to be able to find a couple villagers here. At the same time, archer numbers looking pretty decent for Lucifron. He's up to 19 archers. These guys are going to be teeing off on the backside. So that mangonel definitely going to be looming. Do we see it in queue? Nothing in queue at the moment. Spear numbers, very solid for Puppy Paw. Sprinkled in placement, firing off, getting that big shot off. No YAM network coming in just yet. An expensive upgrade, though. 350. You do get it for free if you don't go for the silver tree. I'm not even kidding you. I've, like, literally forgotten what the other landmark's called. You've got the silver tree, and you've got the Spirit Way. The Spirit Way? Isn't that a Chinese imperial landmark, Drongo? Oh, Lord. Somebody help me. Sprinkled placements just absolutely nailing. This keep's going to go down, but at the same time, I feel like you've got all the tools that you need, right? Like, Puppy Paw had already put down the siege workshop. The trebuchet was already in the queue before this keep was even dropped. So it's like, yeah, you can throw down a keep, but you're only going to delay the inevitable, which is coming. I think if anything, you do kind of buy yourself a bit of space, which is pretty good, because the main issue that you've got is that if sprinkled emplacements do come up here, you're just going to be really fighting against... you've got your back against the wall, and that's never what you really want when you're playing an archer composition. But we do see now the keep has made its way up. A little bit of a raid coming through. A couple of horsemen going to be making it onto these villages. It's really much of a muchness. Doesn't really matter at this point in the game. Do we see any trade coming out just yet? It doesn't look like it. Puppy Paw still avoiding the trade. First of the trebuchets firing its shots. Mangonel going to be coming in as well here for Lucifron. Slowly working down the outposts. Sprinkled emplacements are here. And this is just the consequence of not replacing that Uvu. We do see he's replaced the Uvu now in the north, but this is the funny part, right? He can get his upgrades, but he can't get the improved siege engineering upgrade, which is the key upgrade. So, if anything, he should have, with this villager that built the Uvu, built a blacksmith up there as well, just so he can get this improved siege engineering upgrade, because you can tell he needs it so badly right now. He would give anything to just be able to make that siege on the run. But, step right out, going to be moving on the backside. We do see a wolf is getting in on the action. Get him, Warwick. Get him, boy. No textiles. Warwick's got his work cut out for him. Nice little raid coming through. Puppy Paw trying to spot it. Trying to look for it. Trying to sense it. Or he's just moving units out here. But it looks like he's managed to almost completely cleaned up this north side pond. So that's going to be all his. The same time on the south side. He's still got access down here. So Puppy Paw, he's having a pretty good life down here. I'm going to be honest. All of us, you know what? Like, Puppy Paw's position's not terrible. The military numbers are what are so scary, but I think for Lucifron, just the fact he's scaling with 3 TCs means that he should be okay. As long as he doesn't lose, like, all of these archers to a Mangonel shot, he should be fine. But we're going to enter into the cinematic mode right now because those archers look very, very keen to get into it. And he continues fighting, continues holding on. Spearman numbers just absolutely overwhelming, but he's going to have to fall back because, I tell you what, Spearman versus archers never really a good fight. Springald's looking to tee off. They've found a Mangonel. Let's see if they're able to hold on. Where did those Springalds die? How did those Springalds die? Did he cancel them? Crossbow's just chilling out, minding their own business. Big shot comes through. There's the Springald on the backside. Must have gone down to Knights. Like, you know what? I can see the Knights right there. So a little bit of a misplay by Puppy Paw, but at the same time, I wasn't looking, so I can't really blame the guy. Mangonel shot, looking to try and get it. Springald shot gonna come through. Mangonel only hitting Spearman. It's not a big deal. That Mangonel's still alive. Where's the Springald? Did the Springald go down again? I can't see the Springald. Where's the Springald? Oh, it's there. What's Springald? What are you doing, Springald? Okay, there he goes. Whew, my lord, Springald. We got to talk about what you up to, girl. Mangonel shot comes out. He's going to look for a split here. Big shot on that front line. Now the spear's going to be able to chase it away. But you've got to be so careful with those spears. Can't let them push out too far. And now those crossbow numbers are really starting to look healthy for Puppy Paw. But remember, behind this Lucifron, he is slowly but steadily scaling his way to victory. And now we're here. I think that's another sacred site being taken. I'm not 100% sure. Let's get the UI back in and find out a little bit more. No, it was the Khan going down. It was the Khan going down. Fear not, friends. It was just simply the Khan going down. Big Mangonel shot. Once again, hitting the middle of the pack. Eight archers. Copping the brunt of that one. Next Mangonel shot. Why is he hitting? He's hitting cavalry with the Mangonel. Somebody stop this guy. Keep still alive down on this south side. This is an impressive keep, honestly. The fact that it's still alive here, these double traps have been working their magic for a long time. Double Mangonel, though, here. They're looking, they're looming. They're seeing if they can find a shot, but they're going to be careful. They fall out a little bit too far away from it. But fortunately, the spearmen are there. He needs more spears in here. And now we do see more spears coming in the queue. Spearman crossbow. This is the combination we were talking about. This is the deadly combination that the Mongols love to run. Because they can throw in those Mangonels. They can deal with all the ranged units. They've got the advantage when it comes to that improved siege engineering now. I'm not sure if we've actually got that research just yet. But Silver Tree going to have to fall back. Doesn't want to lose that landmark. And up towards the north, a little bit of a raid going to be coming in. Horsemen together with those lancers. We see a distinct lack of outposts here to provide that YAM network movement speed bonus. Speaking of YAM network, I'm curious if he's actually picked it up just yet. Do we have any outposts that are alive? I'm tempted to find one to click on it, but I don't seem to be able to find them at all. I don't think there's any outposts actually up at the moment. Can we check? No, we can't check. So, nice little throw of units up towards this north side. This is definitely going to distract, but you can see that Puppy Paw does a great job in not overcommitting, right? Like, this is just enough units that he needs to defeat this, to clean it up, without throwing everything up there. Because a lot of lesser players would be like, okay, let me throw, you know, the whole kitchen sink up there. Let's get it all out there. But now we start to see +2s coming through. Looks like Spearman going to get the upgrades as well as some additional melee upgrades. On that south side, a little bit of a push going to be coming out. The Horseman doing a decent job here. But at the same time, boiling oil from that keep still lives. That keep lives long, doesn't it? Springald's getting cleaned up. He's managed to do a pretty decent job of shutting them down. Only one Springald remains. He's got to be careful not to get underneath that keep. If he does, oh, he's going underneath. Oh, you're an absolutely crazy madman right now, Puppy Paw. Oh, you've bitten off more than you can chew. The crossbow is going to get eaten alive by the Horseman. Well, not eaten alive necessarily, but they're going to cop a little bit of flack right there. They do turn around, dish out plenty of damage, and at the same time, that raid still going on behind enemy lines. Mangonels also decided to fall back. Even the Trebs are coming to help out. You know, you got to call. Before we were talking about the overreaction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my little friend, the overreaction. These traps should have been on the front line dealing with the keep. Mangonel should have been there helping out against the archers. But obviously, it's pretty high octane. This is serious stuff here. Super serious stuff. Look at that. That traction trap's got to be careful. I think he's being focused down by the counterweight trap. Yeah, he is, 100%. Look at that, right in the middle. Watch out, little buddy. Springald's moving forward. Let's see if the... Oh, the boulder misses. The Treb's going to go down. Very well played here from Puppy Paw. And he's looking like he might actually have a pretty good chance here. Lucifron is max 200 out of 200. Economy behind this is pretty good. I'm curious about the production. Beautiful micro from the Springalds coming through. Keep in mind, both of these guys still in the castle age at this point. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode once again because it looks like we are committing ourselves to a keep kill. It is a rare sight to behold. But everybody is going in under the keep. The Mangonels! Oh, the Mangonels! Huge shots on the backside. The archers are just going to fall down right there. All of the horsemen are going to be coming up short as well. Fortunately, that keep is able to help out with the boiling oil, but you can just see, oh my lord, how much work this keep is doing at the moment. Had these Trebs been here, had this keep gone down, this game would have been a different story. Puppy Paw pushing forward. Everyone coming to help out. He actually hits the villagers. Beautiful little micro right there. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, but these villagers, I don't know whether he's got the healing upgrade, but all those villagers almost make it inside, but unfortunately they do all lose their lives. And with that, the next round from the Trebs should be able to take this keep down. There we go. The Mangonel's going to be able to close that one out. And now Puppy Paw's going to buy himself plenty of space. So he needs to come up immediately, bringing villagers and dropping down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outposts immediately. That's good. That's got to be the play. Springald's come through. He gets a nice little trade, continuing to push forward. Puppy Paw looking a little bit better. I'm still liking Lucifron's position, even though he's down 1,300 points, 1,200 points. Oh my lord. Okay, maybe I take it back. I tell you what, hold on a minute. Puppy Paw, all of a sudden, he's starting to get into final gear, isn't he? This is starting to look a bit scary. Town Center going to be going down here as well. Let's have a look at the economies. I'm curious. What's the economy at the moment for Lucifron? He's sitting at 123 vills. See, this is the reason why I'm a fan of Lucifron's position, even though he's down 40 military population. My lord, Puppy Paw is going ham right now. This could be it. I mean, look at the amount of units that we've just got here. It is a huge amount of units. A keep going to be thrown down, and Lucifron wants to fight this. He's looking to try and defend. How much production have we actually got in Lucifron's base? Look at this. 5 racks, 4 stables, single archery range, another 5 more stables on the south side. So much production just coming out. It looks like he might be switching into horsemen. A little bit of a dangerous switch. It's always so hard to play against this Mongol matchup, just simply because of the way that their unit composition works. Spearman crossbow. It's so good against everything because of the Mangonels. And now look at this. The Springald's moving up at the same time. Down on the south side of the map, we've got ourselves a little bit of a junk war. Get it? War junk? Junk war? Because they're fighting. But anyway, it's another dad joke. I'm sorry. I got to stop. Another counter raid going to be coming in from Lucifron. Looking to do more damage. Keep will go up. No Lord Doubt shining upon this keep today. It will be up. It will be safe. And the boiling oil will come out. 14 extra arrows every round. Going to help out there as well. And look how hard this is for Lucifron to defend. But remember, he's got the Abbasid bonus as well. He can naturally build those Springalds. But now this is where the real problem starts. You know, we talked about this, and there's what I was... Hey, that's what I was talking about. You know, bringing up the villagers, dropping down these outposts, this is what you want. And now you want to get Springled emplacements, rather, not emplacements. Emplacements in all of these bad boys. At the same time, Puppy Paw actually starting to stall out on the economy. Take a look at this. This is a sign of concern for me. Because in a perfect world, Puppy Paw is maxed here, and this is 20 spears. And Puppy Paw wouldn't be losing this. But slowly and steadily, that House of Wisdom is going down. Now remember, once that House of Wisdom does go down, There's no age up that's coming through. He needs to repair the House of Wisdom all the way to max. And look at the horsemen surround. Look at the horsemen surround. He's got 17 horsemen out on the field at the moment. Treb's going to be packing up. One of them does go down. He moves in. He's looking to focus down the siege. Second Treb going to be focused as well. He knows how important it is to take out these Trebs. These Trebs are what are going to close out this game. And all the rest of the Springald's going to be coming in. It looks like he's taken out all of the Trebs here. We enter into the cinematic mode once again as Lucifron holds on for dear life. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a game on our hands. All of a sudden, it looked like the game was almost certainly going to be going in favor of Puppy Paw, but Lucifron somehow pulls out a beautiful snipe on the siege of his opponent, and Puppy Paw comes up empty-handed once again, and oh, gotta be careful underneath that. Keep right there, Puppy Paw. You're playing with fire. Well, not fire, with oil, but still, it burns. Up to the north, more raids coming through. South side raids coming through. There's absolute havoc on both sides here. 54 worker kills, 65 worker kills. That's a lot of workers that have gone down. More than 100 workers this game have gone down. We're into the 30-minute mark of this game. And I tell you what, it's been an absolute cracker. So fellas, if you're enjoying this game and you want to see more games like it, make sure you check out Mr. Merlin. Once again, link in the description. Go say good day to him. He's an incredible content creator, good friend, and of course, he likes Age of Empires, which are all things that are good things for me, at least. You know, like... I like the guy. Let's put it that way. I like the guy. You know, I'm sure that he'll put that on his resume. He'll be like, Aussie Drongo, about Mr. Merlin. I like the guy. There you go. That is a gleaming reference for you. If ever you've wanted to put something on your resume, I like the guy. You know, that's probably, it's not a terrible thing that you could say about someone, right? Like, if someone calls you up and they're like, hey, we're just calling about this Mr. Merlin character. We're just we've interviewed him for a position. He's put you down as a reference. Can you tell us a little bit about how you know him? And I'd just be like, oh, Mr. Merlin, yeah. I like the guy. Okay, thank you. That's great. That's perfect. Thank you. That's exactly what we're after. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Mr. Drongo. All right, there you go. That's your little intermission. Now let's get back to the action, because Puppy Paw's climbing his way back up and score. About 500, the difference. Still defending these raids on the north side, but look at the villager count, actually. This is a good point. I mean, this is the difference between the town centers, right? Like, you've got Puppy Paw over here, still sitting on 1 TC, pumping out villagers like a madman, but just really tried to commit to that push, that death push, and it looked good. It looked good, but now we start to see the consequence of not having the economy to support all the trash that you're throwing out here. Compare that over to his enemy, and all of a sudden, Lucifron, he's held on. He's held on for his dear life. And now his position is, well, he's actually up in score now. He's up 400 points. Another keep going to be thrown down. If Lucifron gets his keep down, you can almost certainly say Puppy Paw wouldn't win this game. This keep denies the center of the map, guarantees the integrity of the landmarks, and gives him an opportunity for Imperial if this keep gets up. And it's a very few amount of villages here. And he knows that there's Trebs out, or at least there should be Trebs out, but he's just going to go and commit for it right now. The crossbows on the backside don't have a lot of things to shoot at. Take a look at this. No armored units whatsoever, so not really good value coming out from Puppy Paw's crossbows. At the same time, Springald's trading out. Mangonel's still managing to fire and get some big shots in. You can see a lot of units dead on the ground there. You got to have your usual suspects as those Mangonels, and another big shot comes in, hits the back line. Only 2 archers falling down for the moment, but Mangonel's gone down. Only a single Springald remains, and nothing feels better than all the enemy siege taken out, and your last Springald's about to die. Like, there is no better feeling than that. Now, where are the villagers here? I don't see any villagers, but it looks like a couple more are going to be trickling in. At the same time, Lucifron really just pumping out units non-stop on the offensive here. Look at the spearmen coming through. Treb's going to be helping out as well. A little bit of friendly fire right there. A little bit of a rock to buff you up, my spearman friend. And he's going to chase him back. And with that, the keep is going to retain control or gain control of the middle of the map. And that's going to mean that Lucifron is in a very solid position. His percentage to win this game skyrockets from this keep getting up. Actually, where are the villagers for this keep? All right, hold the phone. We're entering into the cinematic mode once again. Jeez, Drongo, stop it, my friend. There's just too many cinematic modes. Springalds go down before they even get the chance to be alive. Beautiful little berry patch, and villagers, a lot of villagers. That keeps going up, and that keep is not going down, my friends. Boiling oil comes in. Spearmen on the front line getting absolutely mauled by the oil together with the archers. And now even the horsemen are just going to be looking to try and get in a couple of stabs on those. Still forcing his way back. He managed to hit the Springald emplacements. And geez Louise, these guys won't stop going at it non-stop this whole game. Trebuchet looking to help out and do a bit of long-range mangonelling here. the same time, we've got reinforcements coming in over from the west side. I wonder what they were doing over there. Look at the Treb just throwing out a bit of damage on it. But the numbers here for Lucifer are looking way too good. And I don't see any way that Puppy Paw holds this. There's too many units. There's too much tempo. This is the consequence of those TCs. The TCs that we were talking about in the beginning. It all just came down to them. The fact he was able to get them out, he was able to transition into a solid land economy, and he was able to rely on them. Puppy Paw, if anything, just failed to get the trade going, and as a result, he throws in the towel, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this casted game. A beautiful Nomad match from the Nomadic Clash, hosted by Mr. Merlin. Go check him out. Link is in the description. He's English. He's got an accent. It's almost as good as mine. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.